The Duke of Cambridge was among those at the event, without his pregnant wife, who's been suffering, as we all know, from that extreme form of morning sickness. But our entertainment correspondent Lisa Mazimba caught up with some of the people behind the movie.
What was it like returning to Middle-earth? Because, of course, you were in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy as well.
I know, for a nanosecond, and here I am for a nanosecond more. It was fantastic. I mean, I'm from Australia, so it was an easy trip, but it was going back 10 years, and to see so many crew members and cast members who I hadn't seen for a decade was fabulous.
And when did you find out that you were being specially written into The Hobbit, where you don't actually appear?
Specially written in. I know Galadriel's only glancingly mentioned in The Hobbit, so I had no expectation. So I was sort of simply excited as an audience member, but it was quite close to shooting, actually. And, you know, I mean, Peter's a very sort of dangerous and dynamic filmmaker, so it was constantly evolving right up to the opening in Wellington.
What is it about Tolkien's stories that engender this kind of passion? The number of people here tonight.
Well, look, he was a linguist. He understands language and, you know, from an anthropological perspective, and it was written in the shadow of war, and we're certainly still in that same shadow. So they're a timeless story, and it's a story about courage. So it's a story for this age, for sure.
What is it about Tolkien's work that engenders this kind of passion, both from readers and cinema goers?
I think that we like telling each other stories, and Tolkien told big tales, and in turn they're sort of interpreted by Peter Jackson, who also tells big tales cinematically, and we like big stories, but I think they're meaningless unless they've got us in them as well. And I think that Tolkien always remembers to bring you back into it. Even though there's giant eagles and goblins and dragons, there's always something that is relatable to. There's always something, a sort of universal truth about how we see the world or how we see each other, and it's got both of those things in it, I think.
Now, they wanted you so badly for this part, they actually moved their filming schedule around and suspended filming halfway through just to accommodate you and the BBC series Sherlock. I mean, that must have been quite a compliment.
It's a huge compliment, yeah, and it's one that I still can't quite get over. When I think of it, I think, God, he really wanted me that much? I still don't quite know why, but don't tell him.